Come on in the room. Whoa, whoa, come on in the room. Hey, everybody, come on in the room. I'm starting my timer. Come on in. Come on in with your lights. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yeah. Come on in the room. Whoa. Ooh. Come on. Child. Child. The safest place in the whole wide world is in the wheel of God. Sorry, Mama's a little tardy. I'm gonna be honest. I was watching Watch What Happens Live with Monique. Hey, Marianne, what's up, girl? Marianne has been joining me since day one of these lives, and I appreciate it. Hand relief can't be. What is it? Yeah, can't be ashy on camera. This is not an ad. Just the God's honest truth. Come on in the room. Come in with your likes. Come in with your likes. You know what? I'm really on one today because when I audition, like when I perform, period, it's so much. Monique will understand this. It's so much adrenaline that I use when I'm like performing that I like when I'm done, I'm depleted. And I knew that I had to like do this live tonight, so I made like this chocolate protein banana berry avocado coffee, no, espresso smoothie. So, mama is hot. I'm on one. They say I'm on one. Girl. And I'm also, when I'm done here with you guys, I am going to eat my food. For some reason, I think again, because I'm hyped and I got all this energy, I made a basil chicken, like one pot dish with Haitian rice at the Haitian black rice at the bottom. Who am I? Who am I? So I can't wait for that. But come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Get your lights. Get the lights up. I got my people are in here. We are building. Let's get these lights up. Oh, Monique Samuels, what the hell is going on, mama? I think you're going to lose your job. You are not performing like somebody who needs to keep their job. Girl, poor Monique. Monique fans, listen, I have a difference of opinion, but I think you will be able to agree with me as well. Because I'm neutral to this, right? This is just a TV show. Is there a TV show that I'm partial on? Life After Lockup, and that's just because of John. But that's it. I'm not partial on anything else. Yeah, I just watched this show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have no, like, really, Potomac, I don't really have no favorites. I really didn't get into Potomac until like 2 years ago, but then I really wasn't like into it. This season, oh, baby, I'm here. They showing up. They showing up. Say what you want. Potomac used to be boring before. Say what you want about Monique, but wasn't nobody checking for Potomac until she beat the brakes off of Candace. So that might save her. The ratings might save her. But as it's looking right now, Monique, you in danger, girl. You in danger, girl. Let me get to these comments because we got about 5 more minutes before I start. Told you guys. I'm finally getting a schedule. Shout out to the new subscribers who are now, who found me through my Real Housewives of Potomac live. You liked it. You want to come back for more. I received a few suggestions. This is why you have to watch all the content that we put up here at NikkiStar TV. Because if you watch my other lives, you would know that since Potomac, I have implemented a timestamps. So for like the first 10 or 15 or so minutes, I just let everybody come on in because I don't like, not that I don't like, which sometimes makes the lives longer is when people are coming in and they're just joining because YouTube takes a really long time to notify people. Because of that, people come in like right after I've said something. So I reiterate it because I care about my subscribers and I do not want them to miss out. So I do that, right? And it just takes, it makes the review a lot longer. So what I'm doing now is giving, people some time to come into the room. So I'm probably going to wait about 5 more minutes and then I'm going to start. And then I'm going to do the review, not answer any questions, maybe address a super chat because baby, why not? Hello, capitalism. And then after I do the review, then we'll get into the comments. In the beginning, I do get into the comments because I'm just waiting for you guys to get into the room. So if you're new here and you found me through Potomac, there are now timestamps. So you guys can come on in and enjoy and stop writing in the comment section that you wish I had timestamps because we do now. Mention it again and you're getting blocked. I'm tired. I do this part-time because I love y'all. This ain't my full-time job. I am not 8 years old. Okay. I have stuff I got bills to pay. I got needs. I'm a grown woman. Okay. So I'm doing the best that I can with my part-time hobby. Okay. Whew. I'm sorry. That was the Starbucks talking. That coffee, that espresso, it's not a game. That's something I can get addicted to. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to make that again for a while because I am not myself. Let's get into the comments. What's up, Angela Robinson? Hey, Miles. Candy. Candy, Bravo got a good coin off of this. So that's the thing, Monique. This could be your bargaining chip for next season. This is what you can use. If they do take you back, listen, I'm going to talk real to you. They might cut your pay just because, you beat the brakes off of Candace, right? Accept it because you can build that back up. You know what I mean? But if they don't, let you come back, chill out for a season or two and then try to get back into the, good graces of Bravo because they're going to pay Candace some money. Trust and believe. Bravo is paying Candace some money, just like Bravo paid that cameraman that Nene beat up. Let's tell the truth, shame the devil. The blogs don't report all the tea. Anyway, and I know, trust me, this I know. Hey, Latasha. Hey, CK. Amelie. Hey, CK. Pallets and Pugs. Yes, welcome. Hey, Jazzy. Ordered steps. I missed you. Glad you're back. Jazzy, ordered steps. Me too. Everybody's internet has been just going haywire. I don't know if it has anything to do with the president, but like everybody on Twitter, while I was doing my live today for what was I doing the live today? I forgot. 90 Day Fiance. My internet was a mess. I didn't know it was a mess until I watched the review back. So yeah, I'm right there with you. So I don't know what's going on, but everybody has been having internet problems. I'm glad everything is fixed and you are here with me tonight. Yes. Hey, what's up? What's up, Master Junior? Let's get into it. Master Junior, we all saw that fight several different ways. I was even watching the producers, something on YouTube, and the producers was talking about the fight because this fight is so epic. It really, Potomac is now getting views that they never got before. And sad to say, it's because of this fight. We're Americans. We like violence. Hey, Shantina. Hey, Miss Brown Sugar. Come on in the room. Hey, come on. Hey, Miss GG88. Oh, Marianne, it was good. If you guys weren't watching my earlier live today for 90 Day Fiance, I had an audition right after that, and it was good. It was really weird, though, because this is the first audition that I've had since COVID like took over the world. And now there's so many precautions. Normally, when you go into an audition room, there's so much energy. There's like nervous energy, but there's also like joy because, you know, a lot of actors are just happy to be considered. And then, wait a minute, did I miss a super chat? Did I miss a super chat? I felt like I missed a super chat. Oh, Ordered Steps. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ordered Steps. Thank you so much for the super chat. If I missed another one, let me know. Thank you, Ordered Steps. Ordered Steps said, sorry I haven't been around, Nikki. My internet connection has been down. We know, girl. We got your back. It's everybody. It ain't just you. Oh, there it is. But anyway, oh, another super chat. Hey, Marianne. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, guys. But what I was saying is that the energy is just very different now. It was so sad to be in this audition room because everybody had to stay so far away. We all had masks on. We all had to like sanitize, and it was uncomfortable. I'm kind of comfortable now with Zoom auditions than going into a live audition, and that has to be the energy that I walk into. It didn't feel like before, and I know we'll never go back to normal, but that was just it was depressing. It was depressing, and so I don't want to. If the live auditions have to be like that, I don't want it. I don't want it. But it's time. It is time. Guys, hold your comments, please. I have a lot to say about this episode. Oh, my damn phone is all the way over there. Hold on. Shout! Come on in the room. Oh, I have a lot to say. I'm back. I have a lot to say about this episode. So just hold your comments so that we can chat afterwards because I just miss them a lot and they just jump and I don't want to miss anything that you guys are telling me because I want to talk to you guys. So let's get into Potomac. Ciao, Monique. You're getting the edit. You're getting the edit. The way those producers were like cutting back, them shady Bravo editors was cutting back to when you said, "Oh, I like Candace, but she do a lot of this with her hands. So somebody might hit her." Shady. That was so shady. They are giving you that violent edit, and honey, you gave them the material. You gave them the material. Their edit is not too far off, but I do feel like Monique's edit is a bit extra. Thank you, Master Junior. You know what? Master Junior said that Nikki, if Bravo can keep Jax Taylor and Jax Taylor, Monique will be okay. You're right, Master Junior. Thank you for the super chat. But it looks like they're giving her the edit. It looks very shady to me. I think they're, adding a little bit too much sauce on what she actually did. But I hope, she wakes up and realize, or just reality TV people, the studio, the network, the production company, they are not your friends. They will not give you a good edit unless you are on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Why? Because the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is wealth. It's not money. It's wealth. It's connections. Even if those producers don't ever work for Bravo again, they are now in the community of the Hiltons. You know what I mean? So they can take certain risks because if they can't get hired by Bravo, they still are rubbing elbows with the 1%, and they still are going to be able to get different shows and in different spaces that some of these shows really can't do. You know what I mean? That's why New York is like that. New York, they got money. They ain't got Beverly Hills money. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate that that's how these shows go, but that's just the reality. And Monique, you're getting the edit. It's so like they kept on cutting back to those confessionals. I'm telling you, they keep everything. They keep everything. And I talked about this before in my review years ago, but they can even, like, this is the thing. You as a reality star can give a producer material. You can film stuff. You can tell them about the things that you are doing. What you don't realize a lot of times is that they can take whatever you give them and make it whatever they want it to be. Like a lot of times they do this on these shows where They might put a soundbite on a scene, and it's normally a scene when the show is closing out, right? So you, as a viewer, you can't wait to see that scene because so and so said this and so said that, and you go back the next episode and you watch the scene, and you're like, well, where is that clip? Like, where is that clip when so and so said this? It's because it never happened. What they do a lot on these reality shows is called reality TV shows. It's called a Frankenbite. So Monique and her husband can, be talking about their relationship or somebody else's relationship and be like, "Oh my goodness, so and so is getting a divorce." They can take divorce with Monique's audio, put it into a conversation that she's having with Ashley, even though the conversation is not about divorce. But they can take that audio, won't show you the scene of her actually saying it, but playing it over the scene so you can believe. They'll lead you to believe that Monique is talking about getting a divorce from her husband to Ashley. But then you come back the next episode and you watch it, and they're talking about shoes. You know what I mean? Just like, what happened? Why did That's what they do. So that's why these reality TV shows are able to get away with stuff, because they are filming real life things. It's just 99.9 of it, 9% of it is not accurate. It's whatever they want you to see. They can cut it up and chop it up any way they please, because these reality TV stars have sold their identities to them. So they can give us, the viewers, whatever. It could be so different from who they really are, but you signed the contract. You signed the contract to let them know that whoever you want me to be, I will be. Even if you don't read it on the fine print, it's on there. So she really can't say anything about it. She can say, oh, that's not actually what happens, but you can't really go to battle with the producers or the network because you signed the contract and you sold them your identity. Like, that's what another thing that people don't realize. Like, Bravo owns these ladies. Like, they can do whatever they want, but not under like their name. So a lot of times when these reality TV stars are doing stuff, they're throwing in like their maiden name, or they're throwing in their husband's name or something like that, because the name that they put on the show, Bravo made famous. So if you're going to put that name on something else, you're going to cut Bravo a check. Reality TV is evil. Evil. You got to read that fine print, baby. So anyway, Monique, this whole review is going to be about you. I love how Monique doesn't remember anything until she's defending herself. So it's like, oh, I don't know what happened. I went black. I blacked out. I didn't see anything. I don't remember. But then when it's time to tell the story in which she's making Candace wrong, well, she was in my face. She was egging me on. She wanted me to drag her. But baby, you can't say that you don't remember anything. And then you conveniently remember the story in a different way. Girl, we see what you're doing. It's like, all she has to do is say that she was wrong. You know what I mean? But Monique is so stubborn. She just won't admit it. She just won't say it. She will keep on saying that Candace did all of this stuff. And it's like, yes, we saw that. We saw what Candace did. We saw what you did too. You were wrong. You were Candace, Monique. There's nothing that Candace did that warranted the beating that you gave that girl. And if you can never admit that, you are going to make your life so much harder, especially on this show, than it has to be. But that's what, you're old enough, girl. You're 37 years old. First of all, I saw your Instagram pictures of your 37th birthday. Monique is gorgeous. She is a beautiful woman. Who knew that she was so violent? Child, it be the pretty ones. But I got control over my anger issues. um, and even in saying this, right? Although I think that Monique is dead wrong, I do love that Karen is still riding for her, right? Karen is protecting her. Karen is showing her true friendship. And I love that at least she has somebody in this group in her corner. Think about it, guys. If you were in a situation where you were wrong, right? You would not want this deranged group of banshees just yelling at you, telling you that you're wrong, demeaning you. You would at least want to have one person who will call you on your mess, but do it in love. These ladies are not checking Monique in love. These ladies are checked out, and they no longer want any parts of her. So they came to this conversation that Karen set up with the mindset that she's off the show. We don't want to work with her because it appears that they already met before because they came as a unified front. They all had their position. It was the same position. I think it was Giselle and Deuce. And they were just like, this is what it is. Nobody wanted to hear Monique, even though, what she was saying was mess. You know what I mean? But I felt like the ladies never came to this conversation, except for Karen and Ashley, never came to this conversation wanting to work with Monique again. They had Wendy, Giselle, Robin, Candace, of course. Their minds are made up. She's done to them. Ashley and Karen are at least trying to protect her in some way because let's be real, all the ladies have been in this position, not at doing anything violent, but they've all at times had these women, 3 or 4 or more, ganging up on them. So nobody likes to be in that position. Nobody likes how that feels. And people who were in that position will most likely defend somebody, even if they're wrong, in that same position. So I don't agree with Monique's actions, but I do love the fact that at least she has a true friend in Karen. I got to give her that. What else did I want to talk about with this messy situation? And you know what, in saying that, I do think that, how can I say this? I do think that Monique has Ashley's support. I think it's a backhanded kind of support. I think Ashley has Monique's back. And it's slight. Let me tell you something. I don't believe that she will go to war with the network like Karen. Karen is somebody who I believe will talk to the producers, will meet with Bravo and say, oh no, Monique has to come back. I don't see Ashley doing that. I see Ashley doing enough on camera to show Monique that she has her back. Why? Because Monique had her back. And how did Monique have her back? Monique got that video of her husband assaulting that cameraman. That's how that's how she has her back. So I think she's doing enough on camera to show Monique that she has her side. But I do not for one second think that Ashley is going to go against Giselle. If Giselle, if she already has, rounds up these girls and tells the network, absolutely not. I don't see her doing that. Especially in her situation, she can't afford to give this check up. Not with the situation she's working on. She got a second baby. She about to get out of that marriage with Gollum. Forgive me, Lord. I said I won't call him that anymore. Sorry. But she's about to get out of that relationship. She's going to need this show to sustain her. So that's what I think. But I think that Karen is the real friend. I think that Ashley is doing the best that she can on camera. She's not going to war with the network, Monique. Believe that. You know what, sis? I'm going off on a tangent. I know, one person doesn't like it. Deal with it. It is who I am. I feel like, Monique, you got to be self-aware. You have to know, like, I'm not saying that everybody can tell somebody's intentions, but I just feel like she's way too naive. Like, a normal person, somebody who gets it, right? Especially somebody like Monique, who was obviously like, street, like a street chick, you know what I mean? Hood. She a hood chick, okay? Especially somebody like that who should have street smarts. How did you not know that Giselle was setting you up? She has never liked you. Why all of a sudden is she being so nice to you on camera when this season started? She wants to work with you on a baby shower event for Ashley. She wants to tell you to watch your back because this person is talking about you. This person is treating you like that. Why are you not aware that something is up with that? My enemy, who has came for my check, came for my job, came for my image repeatedly for years, cannot come to me out of the blue and just say, oh my goodness, girl, I care about you. I want to let you know that so-and-so is doing this stuff to you. I know that this person does not like you. They are saying this stuff. This is who you really need to be mad at, girl. And that's not right. Hey, do you want to plan a party together? I would think that something is up with that. That wouldn't smell right to me. How did you so easily fall into that? I think she easily fell into that because, let's tell the truth and shame the devil, Giselle is the HBIC of this show. She's the most popular girl on this show. This is her high school. She is the popular cheerleader. She runs it. And although Monique never bowed down to her, I think she desired her friendship. I think she desired to be accepted by the coolest girl on the show. So as soon as Giselle started showing her kindness, she ate it up and didn't realize she was getting played. That's what I think. We could talk about it after this because I'm almost done. Of course, Giselle showed up to this meeting with security. She's a bona fide stunt queen. Why wouldn't she? She also is trying to get Monique off the show. So why wouldn't she show up with security? Because guess what? She doesn't feel safe. Played you, Monique. Played you like a fiddle. You walk so. I'm really disappointed. Let me be honest here. I'm so disappointed that Monique so easily walked into this trap. It was so apparent, and you just walked right into it. Giselle has the upper hand now. She was never able to convince the ladies not to like you any other way, any other time. She could not convince them all to get on board. Now, the majority of this cast is saying they don't feel safe around you. So what happens when negotiations start? If y'all still in the same place, everybody's going to be like, well, I would love to come back to the show, because what they're not going to do is cast an entirely new cast, especially after this season. So when it's time for negotiations, they're going to be like, I would love to do the show. I don't feel safe. And if Monique is still on the cast, she is a person who I do not feel safe around. If she is still on the cast, and I have to get an additional insurance clause in my contract, because if this woman hits me, y'all gonna pay me, or I'm going to the authorities, and then I'm going to hit your insurance that way. Nobody wants that, right? No, especially with Black women. Bravo don't want to be in no bad space with Black women unless it's Nene, because y'all just don't like her, and Bravo knows. So they're like, she can say whatever she wants. We're not giving her what she wants. But in this day and age, they don't want no beef with a whole cast. They don't want a whole cast of Black women saying, oh, they put me in an unsafe environment. The optics of this will not go well. I expected more from you, Monique. I really, really, really did. Can we also talk about how Monique is just not remorseful? Like, mama, even if you didn't mean it, you should have emoted something. Not like emoting that you're like this victim. You know what I mean? Like you're tweeting, asking you shall receive. That's something you send to your best friends in a group chat. That's not something you put on Twitter, because what that says to the girl who you beat up around that wine barn, who is sitting on this season crying, using keywords. I am triggered. I have migraines from the beatdown. I don't feel safe. You're a liability. Girl, you gotta fake it, mama. Even listen, Portia still don't like Kenya, right? And as soon as she could get Kenya in a place where she could jab at her, she did. But she played the part. She went to anger management. She apologized to the girl. She acted like she liked her and that she was remorseful because her check was on the line. You're not doing that. And I get it, Ma. You're not doing that because you don't need this money. You don't need this check. But Not for Lazy Moms needs this platform. How are you so hood and so naive? Hood people, we got common sense. That's why we last longer than anybody else. Say what you want. Them 1%ers ain't out living the hood. We are survivors, baby. How do you not know this, Monique? I like her. That's the thing. Monique was not like, I'm not saying I had favorites, but I really liked her on the show. I thought she was a good representation of what this kind of show should be. And I'm just so disappointed because I'm watching it and I'm like, girl, red flag, red flag, red flag. You don't see any of them and you don't play the part. You come into the situation, you start crying. Everybody thinks that you're crying about beating up some girl that you called your sister. You're crying because she pushed you to that. You need a PR coach. You need a PR coach. I don't want you guys to think that this is who I am. But I was pushed. Girl, no. No, you should. I thought she was my sister. I'm so hurt because I love her. My heart's breaking because I miss my sister. clean yourself up and you be like, I did what I had to do. I'll be back next season and I'm not taking a pay cut. You know what I mean? Do that, girl. You walk in there, oh, I still got adrenaline from the fight. I blacked out. No, I'm not remorseful. Okay, you can leave if you want to. Are you nuts? Are you dumb? Like, I was watching this episode like, you don't want this position. You don't want it. You're not doing any kind of work. Like Karen, poor Karen. She was trying to help you. She was even emoting for you. She was showing remorse for you. She was going to bat for you. And you took none of the hints. How are you this dense? You must not be from the hood. I think you are one of them privileged girls who claim hood. This is not how a hood woman acts. Absolutely not. A hood woman don't act like this at her job. Let me tell you something. A hood chick can hate everybody at that call center that she works with. She's not beating none of them on the clock. Now, if y'all run into each other at the Cherry Hill Mall in front of Foot Locker, that's a whole different ball game. But at work, nothing is happening there. How? How are you claiming hood chickness and you are this dense? I don't believe it. I think you are privileged. I think you are one of them black girls who come from like upper middle class black girls who come from some kind of privilege, but you want to claim hood because it's cool. I see you playing the game. I see right through this. Disappointed. Poor Karen. Voice is trembling. I know this is not who you are. I know this is my friend. This is my friend. And I know this is not who you are. I know. But what you did was wrong, girl. What you did was wrong. But tell them. She's like giving you the freaking script. You're like, oh, I ain't remorseful. No, I'm not. I'm embarrassed, but I'm not remorseful. Okay, you can sit there and act self-righteous. Doing? What are you doing? Even if I was your friend, I couldn't get behind that. I would be like, well, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be in this environment. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, girl, you don't see anything wrong. But I'm giving you this, even if you felt like what you did was right. You cannot say it. You cannot say it. You know what I mean? Like I had a boss years ago, right? I could not stand that woman. One time I was in a parking lot. She had made my life a living. This was the first and last time I was ever an assistant. Oh, not me. I didn't experience slavery personally. I'm not going to relive it in this day and age. The devil is a liar, right? So I'll never do that again. But thankful for the experience because I got a lot of, writing to do about that. But anyway, one day I saw her walking in the parking lot. And I had a thought about running her over. Not my proudest moment. But I thought about it. You think I went to the job, brought her breakfast and said, hey, girl, good morning. Yesterday, I almost committed manslaughter against your evil demonic body. No, I didn't say it because I had to keep my freaking job. I said, good morning. How are you? I saw you yesterday walking in the parking lot. Oh, my goodness. Those Louboutins. Gorgeous. One day I'll be like you. And then I walked out of that door. Hoping, praying, imagining, kicking her in her chest. But I never did it. Because I needed that job. Monique, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you, girl. Everybody's trying to help you. The fans are trying to help you. Karen is trying to help you. James, that you beat up, and he was like, move, James. And he was like, stop it. Please stop opening the door. No, Monique, no. Even him, James was trying to help you. He was trying to tell you to stop. No, I'm going to walk around you then. Get her, because I'm a killer. Wendy is not your biggest fan, right? Wendy was giving you the script, telling you what you needed to say. So do you feel remorse? No, I don't. Even when you said that you were going to kill her, oh, I remember that. I blacked out and I forgot everything else. But I remember saying that I'm a killer. And you're still not remorseful? No. You don't want to be on this show because I don't think that Monique realizes that These ladies, they might say that they're going to bat for Candace because what Monique did was wrong. Let me tell you something. They showed up to this meeting because they wanted to make sure that they won't be the next chick that Monique is going to whip around a wine bar. That's the only reason. They saw what that broad can do, and they're like, I don't want to be next. So if I'm going to be the next person who's a back of the head, she palms like a football, I don't want to be on this show. That's why they're there. You can't see it. You're standing strong in your little colorful blouse. Not remorseful. Oh, I heard myself saying I was going to kill her. You made death threats. And you admitted that you blacked out and forgot everything else. But you didn't forget the death threats. Girl, you need a PR team. You are fumbling this bag so poorly, and you're having so much help, but you don't get it. You don't get it. Oh yeah, I remember when I said I was gonna kill her. Just leave. You don't need to be in this environment because you're also giving Giselle everything that she needs. Every time you say something bogus and violent, Giselle, oh my God, did you hear that? Oh my, I don't feel safe. Then she said the L word. I am embarrassed to be around you. I don't feel safe to be around you. You are a liability. Boom, boom. She didn't call this woman a liability. Monique still didn't catch up on it. Okay, well, you can go. You didn't catch up on the fact that this girl is using legal language against you. But you know what? Not every pretty girl got smarts. I'm telling you. What is the opposite of a dumb blonde for like a black woman? What is the version of a black like a dumb blonde for a black woman? What is it? Dense weave? It's something. It's something because I'm so disturbed. I'm so disturbed. Stupid 4C. We got to find a name for this because I just can't believe that this girl can't catch none of it. She just missing it. Just like you still sitting there. Like if anybody pop off, you ready to go. Even when Karen was trying to help you, let me speak. Let me speak. Oh, you gonna drag Karen now? As soon as you did that, Robin, who was built like a running back, was over here acting like she was afraid of you. Robin, with those CrossFit arms, was acting like she was terrified. Girl, you being played and you don't see it. I'm so disappointed because I'm like, girl, you got to see what's happening here. And I'll give it to you. This is your first reality TV show, but this ain't your first rodeo on the show. This is what, season 3 or 4 for you. How do you not know how this works? How do you not know how this goes? How are you I'm disappointed. You look great though. Nobody can take that away from you. You look great at your party. You look great at this talk that you came to. You know what I mean? I love the tears. I love the fact that you were holding a baby. Like Robin said, you were doing a politician thing, but your words were not adding up. Hey, thank you so much, Latoya. Thank you so much, Latoya, for the no, we're not doing prices anymore. For the super chat. Latoya said, Nikki Star, you are hilarious. We love your lives. Love to see it. Nikki Star TV, Nikki Star TV. Thank you so much, Latoya. Strowman. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, Monique, I'm disappointed. You couldn't see anything that was, I felt like even if they had come with a decision, right, to like vote you off the island, you had an opportunity to at least save yourself in front of production, in front of the fans, to make a case. People who like you can't really root for you. And I will say this, somebody in the comments said that Candace, provoked Monique. Guys, I get it. I am not saying that Candace did not do any of that, right? What I'm saying is you can't beat up your coworker and still keep your job. That's all I'm saying. They were not off the clock. They were on the clock. She reached over and made contact first. Then she beat the wig off of that woman. Then when they restrained her twice, she tried to get back to do damage to her body again and continue to scream, keep her away from me, because if you don't, I'm going to kill her. Monique fans, if you don't wake the hell up, if you don't wake that, then, come on. Ain't nobody keeping their job after that. You guys have to be realistic. I know that's your girl. I like her too. But nobody can defend this. Not even her only friend on the show, which is Karen. She was played by an OG. Point blank, period. It happens to the best of us. Okay. Let's get serious, right? Let me wet the whistle. Is that the term? Let's talk about this black woman comment. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Guys, no shade to the Real Housewives of Potomac, the cast members. I'm going to be completely honest. I said it before. You guys are clowns at a circus. We black women are not watching you as a representation. Are you kidding me? You're not Michelle freaking Obama. You are Wendy. First season of the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm sorry, sis. I'm not looking to you for anything else but entertainment. That's it. I'm not looking at you saying that's the kind of black woman I want to be. Absolutely. I don't want to be no woman, no person on reality TV. There is nobody that I can identify with on any of those shows. Yeah, it's really just me. You know, I'm watching clowns at a circus. No shade. Clowns get paid. Clowns are artists. It is what it is, right? You have to stop throwing the entirety of black women into your arguments about foolishness. You may be a black woman, but you don't represent us. Let's make that very clear. We are not watching this show for you to represent us as an image around the world. And let's be very clear with this. Black women, this is why we get this negative stereotype about black woman. We don't. Stereotypes, not being allowed in the room, not given a seat at the table. It's because we're black, Wendy. It's because we're black, Giselle. You can be exceptional. You can be the most loved black and white supremacist spaces, and when you die, none of them will give a damn. Hashtag Herman Cain. They do not like you because you're black. There is nothing that you can do to change that image of you. And I'm so sick of these women throwing us out there to like debate about this mess when you are trying to get accepted in white supremacist spaces. Why in the hell are you living your lives for racists? They don't like you. Racist people, and I said racist people because not only white people are racist against black Americans, baby. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Even them non-black people of color that we are in the same neighborhoods with, we experience the same racism. It's because of this. It's because of this, okay? You can be perfect. You can make all the money you want. Let me tell you something. These wealthy Lakers, they still get stopped by the cops. They leave alive because they're a Laker, but their black skin still gets them stopped, baby. You can't change that. You're trying to change the mind of people who were raised without empathy towards you. And I'm just talking about racists, guys. I'm not talking about, any culture of people. I'm talking about racist individuals who are filled with hate against people who don't look like them. Like, you can't change that. And I don't know why. And what a depressing life to live your life trying to be accepted by racists and trying to appease racists. I don't want to act like this. I don't want to do this. I know somebody who doesn't eat watermelon in front of white people. You are so obsessed with maybe if this white person is racist, what will they think of me if I'm eating watermelon? So you got white supremacy, you got racist people controlling your diet? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? How disappointing. I don't live my life for nobody but Jesus and myself. You know what I mean? Because I wear this glitter for me. This is for me. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, why are you guys? And I'm talking about a Middle Eastern Jesus. So I know somebody's going to say, but he's white, Middle Eastern, hair like bronze, skin like bronze, hair's like sheep wool. We know who he looked like. He looked like Swiss Beats. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. But anyway, I digress. But why are you guys just perpetuating this idea of this is how people think about black women? Let me tell you something. Baby, Our people came here as cattle. Okay, check out the Constitution. We still are not even considered human. We're not considered fully human. And the only reason why we got that 3/5 of a human being is because us plantation masters was raping us and birthing babies. So they didn't want to be like, oh, I don't want y'all to say in the Constitution that we can't have, we can't touch them or anything like that. Because I am like knocking them up. I am raping them and I am having kids with them that I'm allowing in the kitchen. So we can't, act like we're all out. We can't call them animals because we don't want to be considered freaky. That's the only reason why we got that 3/5 is because of rape. And you want to be accepted by that? You're delusional. You're delusional and you are an idiot. I'm sorry. I hate this whole black woman conversation because it's nothing to do with us. It's everything to justify them being exclusionary, them being uppity, them separating themselves from the hood rats. That's what that is. That's that Jack and Jill mess that I was talking about. So it has nothing to do with black women because when y'all do all that, black woman, y'all talking about y'all. Y'all not talking about, Keisha, who was the manager of Rite Aid on Chestnut Street. You ain't talking about her. You want to be in them spaces where it's only a couple of y'all. That's what you want. So you want to put out this narrative. You want to say these things. So the racist whites whose communities you're trying to get into will be like, okay, they're not that much of a Negro. That's what you want. That's what you're saying. We see right through that mess. Keep black women out of your mouths. Y'all are sitting on here on a reality TV show where you get paid thousands of dollars to tear down black women. Okay, so one of y'all got beat up. This is what you do. This is Bad Girls Club for uppity black women. Stop it. You don't represent black women. Your arguments are so dumb. Wendy, take that. Wendy, I liked you when you came on this show. You keep on, I'm doing this for black women and people of color. When I go to the newsroom, they call me an N-word. Why are you not reporting that? Who the hell is calling you the N-word at work? You need to be reporting that instead of just taking one for the team. I let them call me an N-word. I let them call my sons an N-word. I let racist white people run me over. And you know what I do? Even though my organs have been split into by their Jeep tires, I still, and I go to work because I want to change the narrative of black women. Basura, idiot. Absolute idiot. Why in the hell are you living your life to appease people who don't even like you? Just dumb. Just like that's what they're doing. Because if you're a racist, you're going to keep black people or people who do not look like you, people who you feel that you're superior over, you're going to keep them out of those spaces. So why are you trying to dress yourself in a certain way, speak in a certain way, put yourself in all this student loan debt so that you can, have this voice? I have degrees. I have several degrees. The whites are going to let me in. The racist ones won't. The racist ones won't. So I don't know why you keep on doing this whole dog and pony show about this is how black women are supposed to be. Black women are whoever we are. We're not a monolith. We are we're all the spectrum. But the thing about it is black women like you don't include us. That's what that conversation was about. It wasn't about us black women. Don't get played into that, y'all. Do not get played into that. That whole discussion. We are above the standard. In Potomac, sit down. Sit down. That is all that whole conversation is about them. It ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with the poor and the working class blacks. Okay, not these sisters, not the hair salon sisters. Okay, not the call center sisters. They're not talking about not the retail sisters. Oh, they're not talking about us. They're talking about the ones with the degrees, all the degrees. The one who talks like this and goes to Jack and Jill. They're talking about them. That doesn't include us. Don't play into that. I'm sorry, I spent too much time. No, I spent enough time because I'm sick of them. I'm sick of them in that black woman narrative, always using us because we are a community that will speak up. That's what they do. I told you about this last time. They use us because they know we hot. They know we will. They want to use us for the fighting. Do you see that? oh, the fighting, we don't do this. But when you want something, when you want a network to treat you right, when you want to get some money from a company that treated you dirty, when you want to break up white supremacy all of a sudden because they wouldn't let you be the only black in that space, now you want the black woman to go to work. Now you want us to fight. So fighting is acceptable when it can open up a door for you. Sit down, all of y'all. Leave us alone. Y'all ain't above no standard. We see right through you. Oh, we see right through you, Daniel Cameron Blacks. We see it. Moving on. You know, a shout out to the white people who are also in here, you know, and the non-black people. I I just realized I did a whole kitchen table talk. But you know what? You're welcome. Welcome into my world. This is it. You at NikkiStar TV. Welcome. Welcome. I just gave you a whole lot of tea. All right, let me move on from these clowns at the damn circus. Monique, you leaked that story about the fight. You did. Your team leaked it. Girl, you don't know how to play this game. I'm sorry, mama. You did. You did. It was way too many details. Producers would never do that. They would never take a side of anybody on this show. They will put out the whole fight in its entirety. The PR team for Bravo will put out a totally different aspect of this fight. They will make it seem like they will make it seem like somebody left that fight on the stretcher, you know, and they will put like a cliffhanger on it. Your team gave way too many details. That's the thing. You don't know what you're doing. You sloppy over there. You gave one too many details, and then you talked yourself into the lie when you were talking to Wendy. Girl, you need work. If you are able to come back, listen, the only way you're going to be able to come back is you got to grovel to Giselle. That's just the whole, you know, that's the story. That's what you got to do. You have to grovel to Giselle. I'm sorry, mama, you got to. That's the only way you're coming back, because she is campaigning to get you off that show. And unfortunately, you have given her a lot of receipts. Mother went back to season one. Season one, you said that you would punch me in my face. Your next season, you said that you were going to while pregnant. While pregnant, you said that you were going to drag Candace. You're in this season. You did it. I don't feel safe. Liability. She got you. She got you. That's the one you're going to have to work on. Take a note from Candace, because when she threw that butter knife at Ashley, she was almost out. Who did she grovel to? Giselle. Ain't no shame in the game. I'm not going to judge you. We're not going to judge you. Your fans going to uphold you any other way. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. You don't need this check. Not for lazy moms. Needs this exposure. Also, get a therapist. I really feel like, just in all seriousness, you got some stuff you got to work out. And I feel like in your position, and that's your big age, you can't be beating your issues out on people. Like, you gonna keep on going to prison, mama. You gonna beat the right person, and you gonna end up under the jail. Your money can't save you. You still black. You're still black, okay? Your money can't save you. So you're gonna have to go to a therapist, do some anger management. Like Wendy said, prayer won't fix everything. You gotta do more than meet with the pastor. You know what I mean? Because if you don't do all of this, I feel like soon and very soon you're gonna be meeting with your parole officer, girl. You gotta work through that. You gotta work through that. You at your big age, you blacking out. You don't know what you're doing. Aaron Hernandez, he used that excuse. Well, you know, that's a totally different story, because he even took his own life. I ain't saying kill yourself, but I'm just saying, girl, you can't be blacking out at 37. You come on, you can't do that. You can't. You gotta do better. Let's get into Candace. Again, what Monique did to Candace, absolutely wrong. Candace, beloved, I'm gonna give you some, hood rat tea. You can't be popping your gums like that if you can't fight. I'm gonna be not everybody was raised right. Not everybody, a lot of people black out, as you have found out, and they beat the brakes off of you. You have to figure out why the women in your community keep on beating you up. Because last season, your mother took a purse to your forehead. This season, Monique took a palm to the back of your head. You have to figure out a way to move through this life. If you can't fight, by shutting up. You got to simmer down, mama. You got to simmer down. You don't got no hands, so you can't have all of this mouth. I'm just being very real with you, because not everybody is raised right. You know what I mean? Not everybody's just like, you know what, I'm not gonna put, she can say whatever she wants, I'm not gonna fight her. Not everybody is like that. My mom told me the same thing with when I started, getting out there being grown and dating. She said, listen, I know where we from. You can't pop your mouth off at men like that and be up in their face, because not every man was raised right. Not every man will walk away. I took her advice. That's why I'm here today. That's why I'm here today. So I'm telling you, Candace, it may not be right, but you can't fight. So you got to shut it up. You got to simmer down, mama, because you keep your head can't take no more hits. Your head can't take no more hits. Thank you, Latasha. She said, Nikki got me up late, cracking up. Nikki got me up late, cracking up. Love your lives. Thank you. It's Latasha for the super chat. Yeah, so you got to stop writing checks with your mouth that you can't cash, or cashing checks. What did my grandma? You better stop writing the check that you can't cash. You keep on writing these checks that you can't cash your mama. You can't fight, and that's okay. Not everybody can fight. That's okay. Listen, I told you, I can fight, okay, but I'm pretty. You know what I mean? Like when I got to a certain age, I'm just like, I gotta stop all this fighting. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if I might get into a fight with that right girl, that unkept woman who don't care about nothing. She will fight you. She will throw a desk at you. She will take out a razor and get the slicing. Y'all know them broads. Y'all know that you'll give lip service to her, but you won't get into a physical combat with this chick because she's crazy. I know who I can take. I know who I cannot take. The chicks I can take, let me be real, I give a lot of lip service to. What you gonna do? Because I know they're not gonna do nothing. You gonna drag me? You gonna drag me? I know they not. I know they won't get this close because I know I can drag them. But them broads that I know can drag me, slice me up, send me to the emergency room. You know what I do? Girl, go ahead on. I'm going to pray for you in Jesus' name. In Jesus, because I know that broad is going to make me regret it. I know that broad is going to flip me around a wine barn, okay? You have to have some sort of sense. Thank you, Latoya, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Guys, I appreciate you supporting me. Thank you. I love you too. So you gotta stop popping this. You know what I mean? Again, it's not right. But everybody was not raised to not get into a physical, altercation with somebody when it just started off verbal. You know what I mean? Like Monique was wrong. Yes. In a court of law, Monique can't say, oh, she was saying this stuff about me, so I beat her up. She's going to prison, right? That's the law. That's what's right. Not everybody has that. There are a lot of people who are Monique Samuels. There are a lot of people who you can't pop off like that. You just can't do it. And because you cannot fight, mama, that's the only reason why I'm saying be quiet. Because you can't, you know what I mean? You can't duck and dodge because you ducked and dodged and the wig got flipped. You know what I mean? You tried to throw a wine glass. She threw the wine glass back and then she beat you all around that barn. Be quiet. Be quiet. I'm trying to tell you to save your head. You can't take no more licks. You are not a football player, honey. You can't take another bop to that head. And with that mouth, I promise you another bop is coming. That's all I'm saying. What happened to you was not right. But you got to use wisdom as well. That's all I'm saying. Monique, beautiful girl, right? Hood crazy. Hood crazy. Like something is, I know she faking hood, but something's a little off. Something is a little off. She gives me Lynn Whitfield's character from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That's what she gives me. Because when she was sitting there talking to these women, she just could not realize that she had so many ways of justifying her behavior that if you listen to her long enough, you will start thinking she's right. Blow off. Candace, if she's back on the show, keep your distance and shut your mouth. That girl ain't all right. I'm going to just be very real. Not all right. You know who you can get into an altercation with. Monique Samuels is not that pretty. Pretty woman, very nice. Can I hold the baby? She will put that baby down and she will take a cast iron skillet to your forehead. That's her. Did you see them eyes? Did you see them eyes? Okay, leave if you want to. Thin line between love and hate. Watch it. It was based on Monique. And Monique, if you watch this, I'm joking. I'm joking. Because, girl, I can take you, but I would want the fight to be over. You know what I mean? I'm not going to run around and be like, oh, I want to kill. I'll be like, okay, girl, we got into it. It's over. It will never be over for you. You will be that chick that will be out like hanging outside in the woods, waiting for me to walk into my house, and the next thing you know, I got bricks flying at my forehead. I don't even know what's happening to me. And then you walk over, you stand over me with them big Kenneth Cole boots, and you look in my eyes and you say, you should have left me alone, girl. I told you I wasn't the one. That's who she is. I can take her, but I don't want to take that on because it won't end. It will not end with a woman like Monique. She will find you. She will make your life a living. She will beat you every chance she get. I'm gonna leave that girl alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. See, wisdom. I know I can take her, but do I want to deal with that? Because it'll never be over for her. It will never be over for her. Candace can never get in that girl's presence. I'm telling you that right now. She can never. She's still on Twitter talking big. I was watching Watch What Happens Live. That's why I was a little late. She provoked me. Girl, what's going on? What's going on? And you know what? I know the ladies have been manipulated by Giselle, and I know she is running this ship. But I have to be honest. I would not want to be a part of a cast with someone that I got to be sitting on 10, 24/7 when we're filming, because I don't know when this broad is going to pop off. That's uncomfortable. Who wants to be in a work environment like that if I can choose not to be? If I don't have to work with this person? I'm just being very real. I would be like, okay, yeah, she got to go, because I don't want to be like, watching. Okay, she getting upset. Okay, who is she about to harm? Who is she about? Is it gonna be me? Is it gonna be me? Let me get my mace ready. You know what I mean? Where's my carving knife? Like, come on, who wants to do that? Monique, I'm sorry. You had an opportunity to show remorse. You didn't. And I think you didn't because you don't think you did anything wrong. Stay woke, Candace. Shut up. She's not done. She is not done. I just read one of my notes. Me and Jamal have an image to uphold. I can't be around a woman like that. What image? Please tell me. What image do you and Jamal have to uphold? Girl, listen, Giselle, a Christian woman to another Christian woman, get that man off this show, because a lot of people don't know about him. The more you keep that man on this show, the more people are going to talk. And the more people talk, the more people gonna start doing some fishing, start doing some researching, start looking into this man's past. And from an East Coast church girl who know all the tea, I'm telling you, you don't want that out about your man or the man that you have brought on this network. It won't go well for you. Get him off the show. I just feel like every time you talk about him and you bring him around, you keep on putting this man out there. And what people find out, what the church community knows and have not talked about, because the church is messy. We're not this messy. Okay. We don't need y'all knowing all that tea about the black church. Okay. So yeah, you keep him on there. People gonna start asking questions. People gonna start researching these blogs. Let me tell you something. When they get the researching, they're gonna find some stuff, and that stuff is gonna be very scary. They're gonna start doing the math. They're gonna start adding up ages, and it's not going to go well for you. Keep that man off the show. Stay woke. Ashley. Why does Ashley all of a sudden have beef with Candace? I thought they squashed it. I thought they moved on. I thought she was this innocent mom now. She's Mother Teresa. She doesn't want to have any issues with anybody. Every confessional since that fight, since the barn, you've been coming after Candace, a woman you squashed it with. And this is the thing, right? I honestly believe, I just see it so clearly. Candace and Ashley are the same thing. Ashley pops off. Ashley got a mouth, right? Fortunate for her, she has not been bopped yet because she hasn't gone for Monique. Okay, she has not been bopped yet, right? But what I don't like is Ashley sitting here acting like Candace is this horrible person when, sis, you have the same behavior. Y'all twins. You just a little lighter, a lot lighter. You know what I mean? So I don't understand how Ashley is being portrayed this way and Candace is being portrayed this way. They both got mouth. I don't know if Ashley can fight because she has not been in these kind of situations, but I just don't like how she's making her out to be this bad person when she's the same thing. And I don't like how the ladies accept that behavior from her, but not Candace. Because even when the ladies were discussing Candace, they were just like, yeah, sometimes you just want to punch her in the face, but we know we can't do that. Are you kidding me? You want to punch Candace in the face and not Ashley, Robin? The way she dragged you for seasons concerning had you in tears, travailing about your marriage at the reunion. Ashley got a mouth. She has a horrible mouth. So I just don't understand this. Oh, Candace, yeah, she talks a lot about people. She says a lot of things. You do too. You do too. Why are you getting exempt? I feel like I know why, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Because I feel like if Ashley's melanin was as deep as Candace's, she would not get all of these passes. That's what it is. Because they're the same thing. They are the same thing. Oh, Candace threw a butter knife at Ashley. Ooh, a butter knife. Like, it was wrong, right? It was absolutely wrong. Same thing. They got the same mouth. They do the same exact thing. Ashley just gets passes, and I gave the ladies passes because I was just like, oh, it's because Candace is new. Now she's starting to become a little senior member. Y'all still going with the same story. Let's unpack that. While Candace is unpacking, while she keeps on getting bopped in her forehead by people in her community, y'all need to unpack why y'all got this, why y'all don't have the same heat for her that y'all have for Ashley. Unpack that, Black women. Acting like you care about the whole community. You care about your damn self. We see you. We see you. That's all I want to talk about. I went through all of my notes. So the review, for those watching just for the review, has ended here. Let's get into the comments, Miles. I mean, you're not lying. Thank you, Miles. All right, so I'm a hop back. Nisha, when Giselle said that about image, I said, girl, bye. What image? Nisha, I'm not, because I heard that he's suing people. So I ain't going to finish the statement, but girl. Uh-huh. Who married a white dude? KB. Tiffany Ford said, yeah, KB. And she married a white dude. Who we talking about? Shaquinta Clark. Shaquinta Clark said, Ashley saying Candace had an issue with everybody. I was like, what? Candace never had an issue with Karen, Robin, or Wendy. True that. Ashley has an issue with everybody. She has gotten into it with everybody on that show. The only woman that she tried and she couldn't get past, Giselle. And that's exactly why she's not going to the network about you, Monique. Stay woke. Stay woke. She is not going against that woman. She tried and she realized who Giselle was. Yes. Thank you, Porshakala. Porshakala said, I'm not team anybody, but what I can say is those women have thrown so many unnecessary shots at Candace. Right? Like, there are shots that needed to go Candace's way. The way they reacted, though, I was just like, y'all this is the show. That's another thing. These women are on this show to do just that. Cause drama, create mess. You are supposed to be a knockoff of Dynasty. That's all these housewife shows. So when they sit there and act like, oh my goodness, she was gossiping about my marriage. That's what you do on this show. That's what y'all do. Oh my goodness, she threw a drink at me. Have you not watched Dynasty? That's what y'all do. Somebody needs to be thrown into a fountain. That's what you are supposed to do. Why do y'all take this high road when it's certain people that you don't like? Unpack it, ladies. Unpack it. Yeah, what family member? Thank you, Jay. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up. Ashley, Your Roska 2019 said Ashley called Monique an alcoholic 2 years ago, and Candace was going hard for Monique that season. Isn't it really sad that Monique and Candace are here because Candace was defending Monique against Ashley, and she got pissed off when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Monique was just like, "Well, I'm over it. You need to be over it too." And Candace, this is her fault. She wouldn't let it go. Like, listen, I'm that kind of friend too. But I'm only that kind of friend with like my best friends, like people who I've invested in a relationship with. If you're a coworker and you don't like somebody, that's on you. But if my best friend don't rock with somebody, I don't rock with you because I love them and I trust their judgment. And if they don't trust you and they don't mess with you because of something you did to them, then you did it to me, right? But if my best friend is like, oh, we worked it out, I'm good on them. Unless it was an abusive partner or something like that, or somebody who I still know was like messy. That friend just has to find out. Sometimes people got to walk through their journey. You know what I mean? But if my friend makes up with this person, I'm back to being cordial. I might still be watching you, but I'm chill. They chill with you. I'm chill with you, right? That's where Candace messed up. If she would have just followed Monique's lead with this situation, they would not be here. But they started having issues because Candace was upset that she forgave Ashley so quickly because Ashley made some inflammatory accusations against Monique, and Candace could not believe or understand why Monique just gave it up all of a sudden. She was just like, "What? So you're fine with that?" She called you an alcoholic, said that you were drunk driving. How are you okay with that? But listen, Candace, she was okay with it. So you should have been okay. You caused this situation by still holding the grudge that your friend who you were protecting gave up. That's on Candace. That beatdown was not on her though, but everything leading up to that, that's on her. Yes, L said everybody's acting like Monique is a horrible person though. I don't like that. I agree. That's why I was saying I was happy that Karen was at least on her side because what Monique did was terrible. That does not, take over her whole identity. She did a terrible thing. She's not a terrible person. The ladies were acting like that because Giselle wants her off the show. And a lot of the ladies on the show fall in line with Giselle because she's the HBIC of that show. It is what it is. That's how these shows roll. She's the most popular girl. You know what I mean? Bravo will get rid of anybody else on that show, but they will pause when it comes to Giselle until she starts performing like a Nene Leakes. Nene could never get fired from that show until she started underperforming and becoming a liability. Marianne, say what you gotta say. Marianne said this is not going to be popular, but I do love me some Ashley. Ashley is good for this show. She's good for this show. She keeps the drama going, unless it's on her. That's one thing that I don't like about Ashley on this show. She is so quick to be in everybody's life, everybody's business, everybody's mess. She will talk about it. She will exploit it. She will drag them for filth on Twitter and in her little Bravo blog. But when it comes to her, she wants everybody to move on quickly and give her all this grace. Double standards with her. That's the only thing I do not like because the ladies abide by it. I'm like, y'all okay with that? She said, oh, no. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Please respect that. And the ladies, okay. I'm like, Robin, she didn't respect your wishes for 3 seasons. Not my business. Robin does a lot too. Robin does a lot too, but she doesn't cross the line. That's the thing. They want the ladies to get upset with each other and get in each other's faces, throw a drink, pull a Lisa Rinna. What did you say about my husband? But they don't want you to make physical contact because that's when SAG gets involved. That's when the unions get involved. That's when insurance gets involved. And it just becomes they want you to get to that point, but they want you to walk away when you feel like you're about to cross the line. That's where Monique messed up. Oh, absolutely, Ryan. They absolutely have a secret OG alliance. Hey, Tiara. Yeah, Tiara. Tahara. Tiara, Tahara. Hey, girl. Supernatural goddess. I will not. I will not repeat that. I don't think it's Latasha. I don't think she has something on them that they don't want out. She's just basically with the OGs, right? 13 years ago, 13, 14 years ago, Bravo put out, it was a new network. Bravo put out a casting call. Hey, we are looking for affluent women from these specific areas who would like to be on a reality TV show about, your lifestyle and, your friends. Like just pick a group of friends, come to the audition, and we want to see what you have because we're starting this show called the Real Housewives of whatever. Vicky Gunvalson in the OC answered that casting call. She got her girlfriends together, showed up to the casting call, and said, "This is my group of friends," and they auditioned together. Nene Leakes got her girlfriends together in Atlanta, got them all together, went to the casting call at ATL. Jill Zarin got her girlfriends together, went to the casting call in New York. I think it was Adrienne Maloof got her girls together, went to the casting call for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That's why these women are the OGs. That's why these women are the HBICs of the show, because without them, these group of women, because without that person, without that OG, these women would not have had this opportunity. So a lot of them have allegiances to them. And a lot of these women, which a lot of people don't know, are secret producers. Like, a silent investor, they also have the ability to give certain edits. They also have certain relationships with producers of the show because they essentially created this cast of characters for this show to exploit, basically, right? There's a lot of things happening on another show on the Bravo network. There's certain people are not coming back. Certain negotiations are happening because OGs feel like they're not being respected, and they are secret producers of the show, and they don't feel like producers are honoring that contract. That's what happens with these OGs. That's why they act like that. That's why these ladies treat them this way, because they do have some sort of pull on these shows. They do. Giselle did the same thing. She got her girlfriends together and she answered the casting call for Potomac. And so that's why these women treat her that way, because she first initiated the relationship with this group of women with Bravo. That's why they treat her like that. I don't think she has anything on them, but they know who she is on this show. Yes, Jazzy, I agree. Jazzy said, talking about Candace, she told Ashley to leave her house, and Ashley came back in. Absolutely, she had every right to be upset with her. Throwing the butter knife was crossing the line. Because if that knife landed, Candace would be in prison and off this show. Oh, Ashley's definitely a hypocrite. Yeah, Monique, this is the only thing. Like, she doesn't need this check, but she does need the show. Hey, Alicia. Elle, who are you talking about? Elle says they'll ride it out with her until she gets fired because the rest of them are Vicky Tamara, Adrienne Maloof. You know, I don't know why Adrienne left. I would not have left the show that I built. She left that show and let Vanderpump take her position. Girl, bye. But you know what? Adrienne is not rich. She's wealthy. She didn't need the show. You know what I mean? She was still going to be wealthy Adrienne regardless. You know what I mean? Somebody like Lisa Vanderpump needed that show. Lisa had money, but she needs the exposure for her restaurants from these shows. Adrienne don't need it. Everybody always gonna go to a casino. You know what I mean? Like she Adrienne gonna stay stacked. She didn't need the platform. I wouldn't have left if it was something that I helped create, but you know, she probably still getting a little back end check. I don't, you know, poor Shekelum. I don't know why DD asked Andy if he had a part in the hiring and firing. He's a creator of Bravo. Do you guys know that Andy was the main investor. He had a bunch of investors, but he was like the main investor. Bravo was his idea. That network is never getting rid of him. He will always remain all powerful. Yes, there's a board of people who make decisions as well. Andy is the head honcho. This is why I think Mimi is not coming back to that show. She can do all this crying, all this stuff, all she wants to, but to put out there that this man has a coke addiction, girl, that's the executive in charge at Bravo, and you need that show. Unfortunately, Nene did help. Nene, Vicky Gunvalson, Jill Zarin, Bethany Frankel. Who are the old OGs? Yeah, the Richard sisters, they did help build this network. However, you messed up in your negotiations, because if I would have saw, especially with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, if I would have saw what I was bringing to this network, I would have negotiated differently. I would have been on the board. I would have been getting something in the back end. I would have been pulling a Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr., when he saw how successful Iron Man was, when they asked him to come back for an Iron Man 2, he said, fine, don't pay me. I want 10% of the profits that you make from this movie. Iron Man made like 3 billion freaking dollars, and that dude got 10% of that. He could have got 20 million. Now he got 300 million. You know what I mean? Like, if you're saying that you're building this network like this, you got to negotiate differently. That's on you. That's on you. Like, I think Nene waited too long to like pull her, you know, power on this show. Because listen, I get what she's saying, right? I honestly feel like there's a race problem at Bravo. Like, this is America. Everything everything that this nation does, racism is in the fabric of it. The fabric of like the building, the foundation of America is greed, right? On top of that, greed is sexism, racism, all that stuff, right? That is in the fabric of this nation. So I see it. I agree with her, because there's no way that the Real Housewives of Atlanta are not the top, the highest paid on that network, do not have multiple spinoffs, are not like getting some kind of percentage from the network. There's no reason. There's no reason these women are not wealthy because of this network. There's no reason. And the reason why they are not making the most money on that network is because they are Black women. That's the God's honest truth. So I agree with Nene. I agree with Nene. The Real Housewives of Atlanta are the top earning show on the Bravo network. If that show goes away, there would be no Bravo. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. All that money that those women make for that network, they put into other shows. They put in the failing shows. They throw money over here to Beverly Hills so them broads could take all these trips, because them broads ain't paying for it. You know what I mean? So I get what Nene is saying, because it's very clear when you look at the network and how the Real Housewives of Atlanta are treated. Totally understand that. Ma, you waited too long to have this conversation. You waited until you were powerless to have this conversation. And you also had this conversation, this Black Lives Matter, this racism conversation, only because it benefited you. You weren't saying it to, expose this network of their racism and show how, you are being mistreated because of the color of your skin. You weren't saying it because of that. You were saying it because you wanted a certain amount of money. Because if Bravo would have gave you the money that you wanted, you wouldn't be doing all this racism talk with us. So that's another problem. The people, the black women, the black people that you are calling on to do all the fighting, now it's okay for us to fight. The ones that you are calling on to do all the fighting, we can see right through you. We see the fraud, we see the mess, we see that you are only calling on us and, using our trauma, you know what I mean? Like igniting the name of Breonna Taylor, using that trauma, that hurt and that pain to benefit you. We see it clear as day and we're not responding to it. You waited too long. If you would have said this from jump, maybe you would have had some support. If you would have said it at a time when you were at your most powerful, because then we would have been like, you know what? This woman is jeopardizing this huge opportunity to expose the racism at this network. Let's hop on board and let's fight for our girl. We would definitely do that. But we know you're only doing this because you wanted more episodes and you wanted more money. If they gave you the money in the episodes that you wanted, you would not be here crying. And is she at a hotel? Like, are you homeless? Why in the hell are you always doing these lives or these YouTube videos in some hotel lobby? Because at first I was like, oh my goodness, her home is big. Then I saw like random people walking in the background with luggage, and I was like, are you at a hotel? You just set up a camera and just started talking to this camera in some hotel hall, like some hotel lobby? Girl, what is going on? You burned too many bridges too late. When you were at your most powerful, you should have done all this talking then. Now it's just like you burnt too many bridges. You assaulted people on the freaking show. Like she's not in the place right now to be this bullhorn. It's too late. Unfortunately, she does have a point. She does have a point. It's too late. It's too late. Oh yeah, listen, Andy is a wealthy white man. Can we be real? The only time that he outside of the housewives, the only time that this man has ever had contact with black people has been through either, let's be real, sex work or service work. He don't really know black people like that. These women were his introduction into that. And as a gay man, as a white gay man, he was enamored by this character of black women. You know what I mean? Like, let's tell the truth, shame the devil. White gay men love black women. I think it's probably because we hold an identity that they probably wish that they could exude. So they emulate it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, girl, yes. And it's like a caricature because they see this. I don't think it's in a bad way. I think they see this very powerful, woman that walks in. Like when a black woman walks into a room, everybody's like, you know what I mean? No matter where she's from, no matter what class, we have a kind of presence. It is what it is, right? So I think they look at that as an identity to try to latch onto because they spent so much time closeted. And when they want to come out, they want to latch on to like a powerful identity because I'm here. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. So he looks at them and he's enamored. Now he's emulating their mannerisms and what they're saying, but it's still in like a fetish kind of way. Although it may come from an innocent place, it's still a fetish because he does not know black people. He does not have relationships with black people outside of service work and, porn or probably, prostitution. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he had relationships with black people before the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then when he did have these relationships with these women, they were playing caricatures of themselves. So they were these big black women personalities playing to a white audience, a lot of times, playing these stereotypes because they were on the white network. So there was, oh my goodness, child, honey, it was a lot. It was a lot. But they were doing what they had to do to get the coins and to get another season. So that is why he responds to them that way. Guys, he loves being the host of the reunion for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. When Andy is at them interviews, he's at them reunions with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He's, what'd she say? Oh my God, what? So are you going to answer the question? Girl, like doing all of that. When he's in Beverly Hills, he's bored. Those women are boring. He's just like, oh, okay. So Erica Jane, what do you? I don't care. Kyle, like he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the OC. He doesn't care about none of them. Atlanta, that is his show. Hold on. Ooh. Cashing Trump checks. Huh? Come on, L. Speak it. Yes, guys, give your girl some thumbs up. We got 404 people in the room. I feel like this is the most we've had in a while. Yes. Come on, give your girl some likes. Let's get to 200. Yeah, he's enamored with black women. We have a, like, let's be real, black women, you know, we know who we are. Okay. We have a very strong presence. Okay. When we walk into the room, it's like, hello. Hey, baby, how you doing? What's going on, girl? Give me some love. Oh, is that my song? We walk in the room and the party starts. Period. We know who we are. Like, let's not sit up there and be like, I don't understand what, girl. Look at me. Girl, you know, this is interesting. It is what it is. We're not boring. That's what it is. You want to latch on to an identity that when you show up in that identity, you're taking over the room. It's just like everybody with Beyonce. A lot of people take on, oh, you know, I'm tonight I'll be in, because that is a very interesting identity. We know who we are. Let's not play these games. Thank you. Your Ropska 2019 said Nene season 3 intro. When I walk into the room, I own it. Period. Period. And a lot of times, black women, I don't think we even know. We just be like, okay, hi. Why are you staring at me, sister? You rolled up into that event with a hairstyle nobody has ever seen before on this planet. You are in this bedazzled jumpsuit with slits on the side, these spike boots, these hoop earrings down to your navel. Sis, that's why they looking. That's what, like, but to us, this is normal. You know what I mean? We wear a fur coat that we got on one of our trips to Canal Street. We wear that to go to the market. You all in shop right in a faux fur coat because that is how we are. We're peacock people. We just do everything big. We never do anything small. Like, we're just peacock people. So of course you want to lash, especially when you are coming out and owning who you are. Because you haven't been living your true identity, the first identity you're going to latch onto is the peacock identity. That's what it is. Yes, supernatural goddess. You've been like, listen, what are y'all looking at? I do that all the time. And then I'm like, oh, I'm in a bedazzled turban in Target. Of course, somebody is looking at you, Nikki, but I don't get it. I don't get it. Black women walking to the doctor's office with a waterfall bang. Hello? You have a waterfall bang. Somebody is going to look. Go big or go home, Serenity. Oh, Canal Street was the truth. When I went back home to Philly, people thought I had money. Okay. Yep. Mary wears whatever she wants. We're peacock people. Just own it. Just own that identity. Wait, Simply Simone, is that the finale where everybody is fighting? Oh no. So we're going to have to go through a boring girls trip to get to the finale where the fights are at. They always do that mess. Please don't show me, the season finale episode when we're not even halfway through the season. How much of a tease? I hate that. Let me get to like episode, if we got 20 episodes, give me that at episode 15. Don't give it to me at episode 5? And now I'm going to be salivating for 10 weeks. No, don't do that. Yes, thank you. Shorty Doo-Wop 319. Shorty said exactly. When Garcelle Bouvier, you'll love how I said, because I was saying Bouvier. I'm going to stick with how I was saying it. When Garcelle Bouvier came into that first party on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills with five layers of a tulle skirt. Like it was normal. And she was so shocked. She was like, why is everybody, like, it's just a skirt. You ran a tulle skirt, a bedazzled belt. You have this blown out wig. Like, you walking into a party with freaking Diana Ross hair. People are gonna look. Okay. Oh my goodness. I love us. We be wearing these huge hoops, these big door knocking earrings, and be like, what are you staring at? You, sis. We're staring at you. We're at a bus stop, and you have on these huge door knocking earrings with these long bedazzled nails. I love us. Waterfall bang. Because you know it, a waterfall bang and a long braided ponytail. Girl. Oh yes, we have a Canal Street in New York City. That's the one I'm talking about. Yep. Listen, no, you shaped like a Coke bottle in a full jumpsuit at Rite Aid getting your prescription. Hello? How can I help you? You're in a jean bodysuit. Yep, Ryan. And you were just like, oh, this is a cool car. We're peacock people. Own it. Marianne, I think right now they haven't started negotiations yet. They normally start negotiations for the season right before the finale. I think the negotiations start, and then at part two of the reunion, excuse me, that's when contracts are confirmed. That's why for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, when Portia was saying, because I think what is I forgot her name, Eva. Eva was saying that she parted ways, and Portia was just like, no, the contracts went out, and your contract wasn't renewed. Like that's just the truth. Like they negotiate with you because they want to see how you perform the entire season. Then they negotiate with you. They watch everything, guys. They watch Twitter, they watch ratings, they watch what's trending, they watch your behavior, they watch how fans respond to you, they watch your social medias, and then they decide if you're a good investment. Right now, unfortunately, Monique is a liability, and even if they really like her, if the whole cast is like, we don't feel safe, they can't have her on that set. Majority rules. Like, that's just the truth. Every day is a prom night. That's how I was raised. My grandma was just like, baby, you always, when you leave the house, you always got to be dressed up because every what? Every walkway is a runway. Yes, every walkway is a runway. So she was just like, even if you were strutting down that Acme, walkway, you were still on a runway. Represent. She was one of them. Oh, don't go out here with a head scarf on. No, you leaving out the house with slippers? I'm just going to the bodega down the street. Like, why I gotta put on like full shoes? No, you got to be a whole outfit. Ghetto until I have that shirt, Cammy. I don't know where I put it, but I have a ghetto until proven fashionable T-shirt. I love the fact that Eva was showing that she was a mom, but she just couldn't bring anything because she was always pregnant. And I felt like the season where she wasn't pregnant fully, she still didn't bring it. She brought it at the reunion, but it still was like she couldn't top Portia. You know what I mean? She couldn't get the best of anybody. Oh, Simply Simone, absolutely. If they watch Twitter, they do watch Giselle get dragged, but she's trending because she has terrible style and terrible judgment. You know what I mean? Monique, she got something to bargain with. You know what I mean? This show did not have those type of ratings until she beat Candace up. So although she was wrong, she can bargain with that. But she also has to bargain with that and also have to have a majority of the cast saying that they feel safe being around her. We saw her this moment. She blew it. Who knows what she's going to do after this? I don't know, but Monique has to show some kind of remorse. She has to. I love you too, Palace and Pugs. Y'all are so messy. Absolutely, they do. Well, Elle, they do pay attention to what the fans say. And concerning Teddy, she just wasn't performing well. And then Teddy, word on the street is that she also wanted to part ways with the show because things were coming out about her business and she would have to talk about it on the show, and she just felt like it would be too much of a risk to, talk about her business and the issues that were going on the show. She didn't feel like, because it was so new, that she could salvage it, so she didn't want to talk about it. And the word on the street allegedly, and the outcome was, if that's not something that you're going to discuss, because this is a storyline that we have presented for you, then we can't do anything with you. You're either going to agree to this storyline or you're going to be a friend of the show. And she didn't want it. So props to her for being like, I know my work, but girl, you was gonna have to talk about that business. And I think, to be honest with you, I think she did the right thing to save her business. It's way too new to have issues, and if people on that show do not like her, they can twist that scam of a business any way they want. So thank you, Ryan Reigns. Off topic, but can we get Aubrey O'Day? Oh my gosh. First of all, Ryan Reigns, is that really you? um Talk about the wrestler, because baby, yes. But thank you, Ryan. I love your channel. Thank you for the super chat. Ryan said, off topic, but can we get Aubrey O'Day on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? She would be epic. She would be epic. Beverly Hills, New York, Orange County, all of those shows would do. She would really do great. She would especially do great on New York, because her and Leah would either be the best of friends, or baby, they would be going to war. Aubrey will give you a show. I think she's really good. So Ryan, that's a great idea. I love Aubrey O'Day on any of these housewife shows, even Atlanta. She would do good on Atlanta too. Simply Simone, she might not, but she needs to consider it. Aubrey needs to consider it. Absolutely, KB. I talked about it before, but I'll just do it real quickly. KB said, so the network tells them what their storyline will be. Not, not fully. This is what happens. Before the season starts, the producers meet with everybody on the cast, everybody, on the show, and they ask them, what do you have going on this year? They tell them what they have going on this year, and then that producer sits down with that person and says, okay, so you have this event that you're going to do, but you just told me that you're not going to be able to go, that but you just told me that your husband isn't going to be able to go with you because he doesn't like all of the traveling, and he'd rather be home with the kids. So what we're going to do is, we're going to focus on that frustration that your husband has, and your storyline this season will be, you guys are struggling in your marriage because you do a lot of travel for your job. That might not be what's actually happening. The husband might just be like, I don't feel like going out of town all the time. Do you really need me, baby? And, no, honey, if you don't want to go, can you at least stay home? If you don't want to bring the kids, like Todd and Candy, and I'm just, using them for an example. If you don't want to bring the kids, can you at least stay home with the kids? And it's fine. It might be fine in that household, but we will see a marriage breaking down. And a lot of times, if the couple is in a good place, they'll play with it, right? They'll be like, oh, and then they'll come to the reunion and be like, well, we saw how we were on the show and we were able to get it together. They never had any issues in the first place, but this was their storyline. Or you can give the producers a storyline and they might be like, okay, we'll put it on the show, but it's not that interesting, right? But they'll still follow it, because what happens is life is unexpected. So something, may happen. Like you could, this is my storyline, is that I am, flipping houses, right? While you're flipping houses, somebody on the job gets injured and now they're suing you and you have to shut down, the house, and now you're being sued. So the producer could be like, although we were following you as a new entrepreneur this season, we're now going to change your storyline to you being fraudulent and not handling your business properly. And we are going to follow the people who are suing you. So your storyline is that you don't know how to do business and your life is falling apart. And the person might not even know that until they watch the season. That's what happens. You see a lot of those people and be like, oh my goodness, I thought that we were doing this. I thought that we were focusing on this. That's how it happens. You had a storyline. It was boring. They followed it until something they felt was interesting happened, and they made your storyline that. They ditched the entrepreneur idea and they went with you're fraudulent and you are going to be sued by all these people and your life is falling apart because you are a rich housewife and you don't know how to do anything else, because they got to give us a show. It's entertainment. So that's what a lot of them, that's why a lot of these celebrities, these reality TV stars, celebrities, girl, what? These reality TV stars, that's why a lot of them are saying, oh, don't believe everything that you see on the show. They're right, guys. They're absolutely right. A lot of this stuff is just, it's edited down. A lot of this stuff is reenacted. You know what I mean? It did happen, which is why you can call it a reality TV show, but it didn't happen at the time that they were actually filming. So now these people are recreating what happened when the season was, when they were off that season, right? So maybe in December, I found out that one of the characters on the show found out that they were pregnant, but the show didn't start filming until what, March? So now this character is, now this character on the show is, doing a whole pregnancy test with the husband, and they're acting excited, but it doesn't feel real to you as a viewer. You're just like, this, you got, I would be more excited. I would be crying. They can't really cry. They're just like, oh my goodness, babe, look, babe, because they found out they were pregnant in December. They're doing this for you. They're reenacting their, finding out they were pregnant in December, now in March. So the emotions are not raw and real because it already happened, but they can still reenact it because it's real. This person is actually pregnant. They actually did find out that they, were carrying a human being in their body, but they found out months before. So that's like, that's why I feel comfortable talking about this stuff a lot of the times, because I'm just like, this stuff ain't real. Now, Monique beating the brakes off of Candace, that was very real. You know what I mean? But a lot of this stuff is edited, and sometimes they get gems. Like, unfortunately, this fight was a gem for the Real Housewives of Potomac, who was performing lower than Orange County. This show was on the chopping block last season. They did not have good views. Now they close to doing Atlanta numbers. Close, because of this fight. Unfortunately, this fight is a gem for this show. So that's definitely something Monique can bargain with. But again, if the cast don't feel safe, if production don't feel safe, then there's no way she's going to be able to come back on the show. And the reason why I said production is because the producers are starting to do interviews, and it's not looking good for Monique. They are Team Candace. I saw one interview with the producer, and he was just like, oh no, when Monique ran after Candace, I was just like, no, not Potomac. Okay, girl. Okay. Yeah, because it was the conversation seemed disingenuous because it was a reenactment. That's why. That's why Michael was just like, oh, I'm done. I've talked enough about this. Can we go? Because it had already happened, but they had to show us, because Ashley's storyline is that my husband is cheating on me while I'm nursing his child, and I'm being confronted with his infidelities on this season. But we all know that Ashley knows. We all know this is an arranged marriage. We all know that they have, not arranged, but we all know that they have an understanding. But she has to play to us that she don't know that this man be going out to casinos, picking up men, women, and anything and anything and everything in between to go have sex with at some hotel, right? But she can't play that because that's not her character. She's not this, she's not a freak, not freaky. She's not a swinger couple on this show. That might be her outside of the Real Housewives of Potomac, but on the show, that's not who she is. So she has to play. I had no. That's why she takes his cheating and such, like, with such ease. We're all like, girl, I would be throwing a fit. I would be crying. Like, even the scene where we saw in like the trailer where she's just like, I want to go home because Michael is cheating. Fake. When it actually happens, none of us will believe it. The girl knows what's up. She knew what was up when she was just dating the dude. But we don't know that as viewers. So she got to play this. I have no idea what's happening. That's her storyline. I would do a reality TV show. But baby, the way I would cut up on that show, I'm Kris Jenner to the bull, baby. I know how to play it out. I know how to edit. I know how to map it out. Oh, I would get a coin. I would get a coin. I would be Bethany Frankel on that mess, producing scenes every which way, and nobody will know. Rio, yes, she does deserve to be on the show. There are a lot of people who love her. Legally, that girl has no leg to stand on. Y'all better keep on supporting her. Y'all better keep on supporting her. Because all Candace outside of the show, all Candace got to do is go to SAG. And all SAG got to do is go to NBC, not Bravo, NBC, and say that one of our union members was assaulted on your set and they no longer feel safe. And if you are bringing this person back on this show, you are putting our union member in danger. What are you going to do? I'm telling you what I know. So she better do what she got to do to make them broads feel safe, because if they don't feel safe with her, I'm telling you, she will not be on the show. That's just how it works. That's business. That's not fans. Y'all could be a fan. There's people on these shows that y'all have loved that are not coming back. Hello, Nene. Nene got a lot of fans. A lot of those people love her. But after Nene put her hands on that cameraman, mother sealed her fate. And then she started talking about Andy. Girl, she just kept on making mistakes. Way too many mistakes. The only way she can get back, she has to do a lot of groveling, and she has to take a huge pay cut. Whatever they're offering her, she has to accept, because we have to be honest. What else does she have? No shade. She's extremely talented. She built this network. Yes, she did. I will give that to her. But what else do you have outside of Bravo? You didn't flip it. For years, as I have been reviewing these shows, I said, y'all gotta be Bethany Frankel to this reality TV star mess, because she did what she needed. Bethany don't ever need the Real Housewives of New York. She don't need it. Bethany made sure that she got a good coin, and that's why she walked away when she did. When she comes back, she's getting a huge coin, and it's because she wants to. It's because she's bored. You know what I mean? But Bethany was building from day one. Every time you were in the scene with her, skinny girl, skinny girl, skinny girl. Even when she's talking about skinny girl, she got a skinny girl surfboard in the back. She got a skinny girl banner. She's wearing a skinny girl t-shirt. She embedded that brand in our brains, and now it's in every freaking store imaginable. Skinny girl is in the freaking gas station. She's everywhere. That's what all you reality TV stars on these freaking shows, that's what you have to do. That girl don't ever have to do another thing, because she put in work. She came on that show with a plan, and she left with millions, damn near billions. That's what you got to do, Nene. You didn't do anything, and that's on you. KB, I agree with you. Monique needs to take a break. I think if they don't renew her contract, I would accept it. I would, still say I love working on that network. Andy seems to really like her. He seems to have her on Watch What Happens Live. I would do the same thing that Portia did. I would, say that I love the show. I'm so thankful to Bravo and the experience. I would go on Watch What Happens Live. I would, tweet nice things about the show and just sit out that season. You know what I mean? And then after maybe 2 seasons or so, do a Watch What Happens Live. And then this is what happens. Andy starts filling out the fans and seeing how you guys feel about having so-and-so back on. So if Monique sits out, right, but she's still on Watch What Happens Live, she shows up on this one Watch What Happens Live. And Andy, do I have a card? And Andy with his little card. Monique. Shaniqua from Texas, Alabama says, Monique, would you ever be interested in doing another season of The Real Housewives of Potomac? Monique, would you be interested in coming back to the show? Let us know, girl. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it happens. And then Monique, You know what? I really enjoyed myself when I did that show, and I'm so thankful to you and the network for giving me that opportunity. I had a really great time, but you know what? When I was on that season, and I did what I did to Candace, I was in a bad space. I was in a really bad space, and I wasn't in the space to, do another season. So I'm in a much better place now. I went to anger management. I did what I needed to do. And actually, since we're here right now, Candace, I sincerely apologize. I wanted to talk to you and tell you this in person, but I was so embarrassed by what I did. And I just feel really bad for ruining a great friendship. I considered you my sister. And I did something wrong to you and I hurt you. And I am so deeply sorry. And I hope that you forgive me. And the ladies as well. I know I'm still friends with a lot of them. They were great to me, but I needed to leave because I brought the show down in that moment. And I'm so remorseful and I'm so sad and I'm so hurtful to the Real Housewives of Potomac, to Bravo, to you, Andy, to the fans, because I love you guys and you deserve better from me. But unfortunately, no, I'm okay. Sorry. I wasn't in a place to give you the show that you guys deserve. No, thank you guys. But I'm in such a better place now and I'm just so happy. Life is so great. And I do miss the ladies. And you know what? If the opportunity presents itself, yeah, I'll come back to the show because I had a great time. And the whole audience, yes, yes. And then Monique is trending. That's what needs to happen because when Andy fills out the audience and he feels that you are remorseful and he sees that people are responding to you positively, he sees that you're apologizing to the cat, you're reaching out to the ladies. That's when you get another season. You will not get the same rate that you had before you were on, before your little incident. You won't get the same rate. You'll get a very low, they will lowball you because they can, but you still come on and you are this renewed person. You have like went to Mecca. You did what you needed to do. You've been doing yoga, you fasted, you went to a retreat and you rode donkeys into the sunset. You cried, you prayed, you let go of some toxic things. You're a vegan now. Like you have to have a whole rebirth. You can't come back on the show as that same girl who was just like, all right, I meant it. And I'll drag her again. That person can never surface. And then after you have a very successful season, because everybody will come back to the show who left when you left or who just was not interested anymore, will come back to see the new and renewed Monique Samuels. That's what you got to do, mama. You might got to take a season off, but Andy still likes you. And that's really good, right? But he still works for us. He still works for NBC. So if NBC, even if the fans love her, if NBC sees that she's a liability, that girl not coming back on that show. But Andy likes you, right? So you still have an in there. You just got to play the game. And I respect the fact that Monique don't play the game, but it'll keep you out of doors. It'll keep you out of doors that you can easily walk through if you play the game. I still respect it, sis. I get it. But you're not going to eat, period. Where's my drink? Oh, it's right here. Thank you, Mel P. Yes, L. This is what she should have been doing this whole time. She did write a tweet and said, you know what? I know what, I should have done in that, time. And she did like hashtag growth. But then you were retweeting people who were celebrating you for dragging Candace. It's like, she don't get it. She does not get it. No, Jazzy. Andy does have favorites. No, Marianne. Andy does have favorites. The ladies talk about it all the time. Let Renna get drunk enough and mad enough. She will talk about Andy's favorites because she is so pissed that she is not one of them. Baby. Thank you, Cammy. Listen, I'm not gonna say if acting don't work out, but I can listen. I'm Olivia Pope to these reality TV shows. I know what you need to do. They don't listen to me. I give them all this advice, and the only people who listen to me are the Bachelor and the Bachelorette, because I've seen them take my advice and not pay me. But that's okay. God sees what you're doing. He will still bless me. Candace is, you can say what you want about Candace, but she ain't hit nobody. Now, if that butter knife would have went into Ashley, she wouldn't be on the show either. She would be watching the show from a prison cell. Well, Simply Simone said, "How long can the show last with these recycled storylines?" Which is why you see that they're hiring new people and they're taking the show into a whole, different way. We will see. Watch the Real Housewives of New York next season. That's going to be an entirely different cast. I know Ramona said that she's coming back, but she didn't say in what capacity. So Ramona might be back as a friend of the show because Ramona not missing a check. Ramona is self-made. That girl will die for $1. She's not letting no money leave her hands, right? But what we know is that Leah is still in negotiations, but they're going to build that show around her and her diverse friends. So that is going to be the tester for where these Real Housewives shows go on Bravo. So we really have to be looking at this show to see how Bravo is going to do the next couple of seasons for the housewife shows, because we know they're going deeply diverse. We know that they're skewing younger. We know that they want like spicier characters, like people who are not these black women, we're these uppity chicks. No, they want they're looking for millennials. They're looking for opinionated women who will get into it but not assault anybody. You know what I mean? They don't the old housewife formula worked. It worked in early 2000s, right? We're in 2020, about to go in 2021. What worked then don't work now. So really, keep your eye on the Real Housewives of New York, because if that season is successful, that's where all of the shows are going. So especially Atlanta, they need to be on the lookout, because if this new YouTube girl, if she's a hit on that show on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that cast is changing. Aside from Portia, that cast is changing. Trust. That's where it may go. I'm talking about KB, I'm talking about like younger millennials as well, but also older millennials. You have to look at where our parents were when they were our age, when they were like in their 30s. Totally different time. Now millennials are still dipping in and doing it. At this age, our parents had like 4 kids. They had a whole mortgage. You know what I mean? They looked 82 when they were actually 32. So it's a different time. A lot of millennial women are, kid free, and they made their lives that way. That wasn't heard of back then. You know what I mean? A lot of women are just like, this is my life. I'm traveling around the world. I'm sleeping with whoever I want to sleep with. I'm making my own money. Kids, who get that baby away from me? That is where a lot of this generation is going. So I think they're going to focus more on that. I think that's what's happening. They're moving into a younger, more independent generation. You know what, Samantha? Wendy came in strong for me, but she just keeps on bringing up black women every episode, and not in the light that I enjoy. Because I feel like she's just pimping black women to have something to say, and there's no substance behind it. Well, listen, the Real Housewives of Potomac, excuse me, the way they're performing, that cast might say the same. That cast might say the same. Monique, please do what you got to do, girl. There's nothing wrong with making sure you keep your check. Listen, those ladies don't feel comfortable around you, right? You were given an opportunity to do that to make them feel comfortable. You didn't. That's on you. Even Karen, your only friend in that room, was telling you what you needed to do, and you wouldn't take her advice because you are very stubborn and you are very prideful. You got to put that to the side because this platform is good for you. You need to get that, sorry, fledgling podcast on its feet. You need this show. So I hope you turn it around and do what you need to do, girlfriend. Oh, Cammy said, Monique said in an interview, and I think I watched that interview, that the day after the fight, oh, yes, I did watch the interview. She asked to be released from her contract. She and the producers decided how she would finish the season, but I wonder how much she cares to return. I don't think she's thinking clearly, and I saw that interview too. She specifically said, I realized that I was probably fired from the show. So I said that, oh, since I'm fired, I'm going to make sure I drag her again. Dummy, you not playing this right, girl. You are not playing this right. Oh, Jesse Lee, Alicia would be good for the Real Housewives of New York. I think she got a fine white husband too. Interracial couple, young interracial millennial couple, like that got money. I think her husband isn't he? No, he plays for the Raiders. He plays for the Raiders. I think he's retired though. That would be listen, Lauren and Cameron. Millennials love a fine interracial couple. Bam! Ratings right there. They trying to get that Love is Blind, viewership. Smart. Alicia would be great for that show. Yep. Thank you, Cammy. If she put that ego aside, she would be fine. Like, this is the thing, right? We know Candace's mouth. It has annoyed all of us. Nobody really, Monique was wrong, right? But we understand because Candace has a mouth. We're not asking much. All we're asking is for you to just show a bit of remorse. And she won't even do that. That ego man will mess you up and talk you out of a good check. That reunion gonna be good. Oh, I think that's a great idea. I've always said that they need to get rid of the OGs and put the OGs in like a summer house situation where they get together and it's just like a Bravo housewife all-star girlfriend season where all the ladies get together and they travel somewhere. They do like a girls trip or do like a summer house in upstate New York or Miami or outside of the country, a girls trip in Paris or something like that. The OGs take Paris, housewife all stars take Venice, something like that. I think that would be great. That would be a great way to still keep the community that these ladies built, the community of fans that these ladies built, still interested in them and their appearances on the show. I think that would be a great idea. I don't know why that hasn't happened. I think if it has happened and the talks have stalled, it's probably because the ladies are asking for more than at this time than they can really ask for. I think the OGs are pulling a lot of stunts, but they don't have the power anymore that they used to. So it's like you're wanting the network to do these things for you, but your show is not pulling in the viewership it pulled in 2005. So that's their issue. You know what? Lauren is actually looking to get into some more reality TV. So but they ain't got the coin. Damn it. They don't have the coin. Oh well, if they get the coin, she would be perfect for one of these housewife shows. Alicia would be great. That's a great idea. Anyway, guys, it's hella late. I did not expect to talk this long. I just have so much fun talking to you guys. So let me get out of here. I got a full day tomorrow of a bunch of stuff. My next live will be on Friday. I will be doing a live for Love After Lockup is back. So I'll be doing a live immediately after that episode for that show. So I will see you then. Thank you so much for sticking with your girl. Make sure you get 416 people in the room, 169 likes. Guys, if you haven't liked, like now. But thank you so much. Lauren, oh, wait a minute before I get out of here. Jazzy Ghost said Lauren Conrad. Is she done? I think she's done with reality TV, but I think that she would be good for the OC. I think she would be really good. Night ordered steps. Good night, guys. I got to get out of here because I got to get to bed early because mama got a full day. Make sure you give your girl some likes. Thank you so much for sticking with NikkiStar TV. I enjoyed you guys. I enjoyed you guys. This was good. We got a lot out. We had a lot, a lot of fun stuff to talk about. But now it's time to say goodbye to all my YouTube friends. NIK. I gotta finish that. I'm find something. See you real soon. Let me see. What are we gonna do? What did we do last time? I keep on forgetting my sound bites. What are we gonna do? Which was the one I used before? Was it this? That's it. Good night, guys. Love you much. See you Friday. I should be posting something on Thursday that is not alive, but it will be a review of something amazing. So give your girl some support there. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, do all of that for your girl. I would totally appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Go to bed. Love you. See you soon. Bye. Let's end it.